What is going on, everybody? I'm your average gamer. As always, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to talk about the greatest PlayStation 5 game you'll probably never ever even play. Now, as somebody that's probably played an unhealthy amount of video games, such as Anthem, Assassin's Creed, Apex, NBA 2K, Call of Duty, Batman, Star Wars Battlefront, or Fallen Order, God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Cyberpunk, Borderlands, Wonderlands, and way more. Those were just the type of games that I felt like everyone would kind of know a little bit about. So what I'm trying to say is, if there's a game out there, I'm going to play it. And not only will I play it, I will spend an unhealthy amount of time obsessing over grabbing every small little thing that you can pick up. And sometimes it's not always super exciting. Like when you have to do that stuff and then like Assassin's Creed Valhalla or oh my goodness, Elden Ring. I have such a hate-love relationship with Elden Ring. I enjoyed the overall experience of the game, especially like my first ever playthrough. Because there was just so much to grasp and kind of hold on to. But man, did it get aggravating at times. Now I understand that that's kind of the game's point, that it's supposed to be pretty difficult. And again, like that wasn't the issue or anything. The issue was the amount of exploring that I did. It was gross. Like I spent probably 200 hours trying to look for everything. And I promise you, I didn't get everything. I kind of just gave up at that point. But every single time I would turn on my PlayStation, at the time I played it on PlayStation 4, but I needed, okay, to look for every small aspect, fight every enemy at least one time. I don't know why, that's how my brain is wired, but that's how I have to play practically every single video game. Now, when it comes to Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which is what you're seeing on your screen, this game right here threw me for a total loop. I did not expect it to be as great as it was. Not good, great. The enemies that you fight, the weapons that you get, again, the combat, the traversal that you have, the open world, oh man, and the comedy. I mean, how do you not get a chuckle out of this?
We're on it. Holy. You said it, pal. We gotta keep the
Now, for a $70 game, I understand that it's going to be overshadowed by practically everything else. I mean, why would you not play The Last of Us 2 over this? That, you know, is completely understandable, especially in a game that has puzzles. Luckily, in this game, they added the feature that you can skip puzzles if you want. So if that's a turnoff for anybody, you don't like it, they give you the option to absolutely just skip it. They're not hard. Okay, so this puzzle that you're seeing is the last puzzle in the game, and it took me a total like maybe 10-15 minutes. At the same time, I was kind of on my phone, not really paying attention. What I'm trying to say is, if an imbecile like me is able to get through it, anybody else can, I promise you. And they're also really rewarding. I wanted to skip some of them because, again, I'm not that type of person to kind of just sit there and try to figure something out for 30 minutes or look up a YouTube tutorial. You know, again, they weren't challenging, and I felt rewarded doing so. To go deeper in on the game, I'm going to talk about the combat here in a moment, but I'd like to touch up on the story itself. The story is great, and for a game that's all about friendships, there is little to no cringe in here. You know, cringe might vary, but overall, in my experience, I enjoyed every cinematic, every voice line that was in the game, every encounter that I seen. There's so much greatness when it comes to this game. Overall, every character in this game and every single person that did their voiceovers did exactly what they needed to do to hit the mark. It's a very good, interesting game in just the story itself. But the combat is where it just absolutely takes the cake. And I didn't expect it to be better than its predecessors. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I played every single Ratchet and Clank game and that this overall is the best Ratchet and Clank game ever made. What I will say though is the hardware that you play it on, which is the PlayStation 5, makes such a difference. It's insane. Well, of course, you know, next gen. But the amount of stuff that happens on your screen at one time is breathtaking. There's times where you're just exploring a planet and there's thousands of things just moving, you know, and you're just, you know, you could take it for granted if you don't really pay attention to it. That is amazing to me, and that's exactly what video games should kind of be about. The people that made this game are no strangers when it comes to video games, as they had also made one of the greatest superhero games ever made in Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, that being Insomniac. And it's amazing to see them just pay as much attention to detail in every single game that they pretty much put out. Now, I'd like to talk about the combat one last time. Every single weapon in this game is amazingly fun to use. Whether you're throwing grenades of dogs that just are chaos on the battlefield, mushroom shooting bullets out their fingertips, a fully automatic black hole gun that shoots purple projectiles everywhere, a 4-burst shotgun, or a sniper rifle that slows down time while you're scoped in. If you have any type of idea of a weapon, it is in this game. And that's not the only fun thing about it. Every single weapon can be upgraded, and every single time you do upgrade it, it has this completely new feel to it. You also can combo different weapons together. You can have your own preferred method of doing, like, just shooting everything with your preferred weapons. This game offers a lot to a lot of different players that are willing to play it. Like I said before, this game will always be overshadowed by whether it's the games I named on my list before or future games that are here to come. It just sucks that this game will never get the props or recognition that it truly, truly deserves. If you're like me and you're trying to look for something new to play, or you're kind of skeptical about getting a new game, I do highly recommend this for anybody. I've had more fun playing this game than most video games, especially recently. I wouldn't say that this is in my top 5, maybe my top 10 for sure. But like I said, I've played a lot of games, and I'm not even sure where my top 5 list is even at right now in my brain. That's a video for another day. For a game like this, where it's just a single player game and it looks like there isn't much to it, and it's in my top 10, should really say a lot. And that's in the likes of Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima. This is in no specific order, by the way. I'm just listing stuff. Last of Us 2. I really love The Last of Us 2. I know there's so many mixed feelings about The Last of Us 2, but my god, the gameplay of it is amazing. I have a series of that game on grounded difficulty. Really hope that you guys go check that out. It's super entertaining. Anyway, that's practically going to do it for my video. If you guys enjoyed it, a like would mean an absolute ton. And as always, I love y'all, and I hope y'all stay smooth.
Getting off this ship. Let's go, Gary.
Yes, good idea.
We'll meet you guys in the catacombs.
Oh, if I had nightmares, Bone Goons would make a regular appearance.
That's another turned on.